Hi everyone, this is Dr. Y here. Today we're talking about how to use the drawing tools to draw your own sprite. In the previous lectures, we basically talked about how to choose a sprite from the sprite library to create a sprite. And also we were talking about how to upload pictures to make your own sprite. And today we're going to talk about how to paint your own sprite. So click on that paint right here, and then you're going to this interface. So in this interface, several things you want to pay attention to. The first thing is that you can see the tab, which is highlighted, that is costumes, right? By default, it's a code, this tab, where you can simply coding by piling up those blocks. But when you actually are trying to draw something for a sprite, and then you actually have to click on the costumes tab. Another thing is that in order to draw something, pay attention to that convert to bitmap or convert to vectors. So basically, you have two modes. One is called the bitmap. Another one is called the vectors. The difference between the bitmap and vector is like, if you actually in the bitmap mode, and you can simply see that all your operations is based on the pixels, which is the color pixels on this canvas. So that means you have very few options to operate on shapes. Now if you actually in the vector mode, and right here you will see that you have more controls on the shapes, including the rectangles, including on the circles, or you can simply change your circles to ovals or something like that. In most of the cases, you want to make sure that you are in the vector mode because you have more controls on the shapes that make your drawings much more easier. So if you're in the vector mode, then the tab will simply show that convert to bitmap. If you see this, that means you're in the vector mode. The next thing is that once you are in the vector mode and you have several tools help you to draw things. The first one is that select. This one will simply help you to select a specific line. You can simply select a line, you can move that, and you can resize that. That's called select. Another one actually here is called brush. The brush will allow you actually to draw some lines right here, and definitely you can change the thickness of your line, something right here. This is called the fill tools. The fill tools allows you to fill a specific colors you want. And for example, I like this colors, and then I just fill that, and you see that color is filled in this specific shape. And this is help you to draw the lines, and this is help you to draw the rectangle. And this again is called the reshape tools, or we say that you can add points right here. For example, this is the rectangle. I can simply add a point right here, and by dragging this point, which is the left click on that and hold it, move, and then you can simply see that we are simply change the shape of that rectangle. Okay, same thing happens to here. I can simply move this one to make it like a different circles that I want. Okay, so this again is the reshape tools, and this one is called the eraser tools, and this is the literally means that you can simply erase some things actually from your canvas, and like that. The way you're using that is pretty simple. Just left click and hold it, and then drag around, and then you can see that it simply get erased. And this is a text tools where you can simply type your text informations. For example, I can simply see that Dr. Y right here. I'm sorry. Dr. Y right here. Okay, so this is circle. We have already seen that. And besides this drawing tools, and also you will see that there's some other tools right here. This tools, and again, is called, you can simply go back to the last operations or last few operations you did. For example, you can simply see that I can simply go back to the last few operations I was doing. And also if I simply say, hey, actually I don't want to go forward to steps. So you can simply see that you can also click on this arrow to go to the forward steps that you have experienced. Okay. And besides that, this is called a group one, which is like you can simply choosing the select buttons and then make sure that you select everything, and then you can group them together. Right now you can see that all these shapes or elements, they actually will behave like a one unit. And of course you can ungroup them. In this case, you can see that they're separated now. You can see that you can delete, and the delete buttons right here means that if you select one and delete that, it's gone. The copy means that if you actually pick an object or shape you want to copy, just copy and then click on paste, and you can simply see that we just duplicate the same shape. Now if you want to flipping them, and you can simply see that it will horizontally flipping like that. Also, you can draw some circles right here and fill some, I don't know, probably like a white colors like this. And then you can simply see that you basically have eyes, which is created right here. Of course, you want to delete those lines right here, which is delete this one, and delete this black lines right here. Okay, this is pretty much the tools you can use to draw the costumes for a sprite. Okay, let's start over. Let's see how to use these drawing tools to draw a Deadpool sprite. Okay, so the first of all, we need to draw a circle which shows like the face. And then another things you can do is like the circle should be filled with the color which is red. I believe that's actually the color of the Deadpool. Okay, the next things we need to draw, actually we need to draw the eye pads, which is like I put another circles right here. And definitely that should be a black color. So just simply put a black right here. And of course, we need to change that shape a little bit. I'm using add a point right here. I just drag down and drag this up and drag this up. Okay, so I can actually a little bit here. Okay, and I can simply make it a little bit smaller right here. And another thing is that we need to have another circles, which is the eyes. I can simply put a white colors right here, which is like this. And here. And of course, a few colors actually we need to choose as the white and like that. Okay, definitely want to change our face a little bit because it doesn't look like quite natural. So I just put this point right here and make this one up a little bit right here, and then make this face a little bit longer like this. And also I want to group this black and the white and the blue as a group. So I can simply make it like here. Okay, so put this face in the middle and right here, and then I can simply copy and paste and flipping it. And we'll have the other side of the iPad, which is right here. Then I need to have a mouth, which is like this. And definitely we want to fill the colors with the white color. So this again is our sprite look like. Okay, you can simply rename this sprite like Deadpool, something like that. The one thing is that we want to do is like one sprite, it can have multiple costumes. So right here, what we can simply do is like we can rename these costumes one as the say that speak one, and then press enter, and you can simply see that this costume is renamed as speak one. And also I can right click on that, click on the duplicate, and then you can simply see that we're going to have two costumes right here. And in the second costume, what we want to do a little bit different, like we want to change this mouth, actually have a different shape like that. Actually, no. And using this one to make it so like here. choosing a different shape. Okay, now if I actually switch between this two costumes of the same sprite, Deadpool's right here, and you can simply see that we have a basic animations. Then we can go to code part and we can simply code in it. So what we can simply do is like we have the controls, we can simply have a repeat 10 times. And in order to have the animations, what we want to do actually is very, very straightforward. Goes to the looks and it goes to that switch costume or next costumes right here. And then you just double click on this and you can simply see that it's just like that. Okay, have some basic speaking animations. Now it's moving so fast, so we want to have some waiting types in here. So the way you do that is goes to the controls block category, goes to the wait, and every time when you change the next costume, and here you want to wait for 0. I don't know, probably 1 second or something like that, and click on that, and you can simply see that it's just being like that talking. And one thing is that this sprite actually is too big because it's almost actually taking all my spaces of my canvas. So what we can simply do is like I can simply change one to 50 size, and which is like here. Now run it again and you can see it's much better. The next things we want to do is like when this guy is moving, which is like a talking animations, we want to have some words on top of that. So you can simply do say something, okay, for 2 seconds, and then just having that events, which is when the flag is clicked, and you can see that say something and it's moving its mouse. But again, definitely you will see that this is not actually very making any sense. So what you should have is like when this mouse is moving, have that animations, you should have the same time the content you're speaking should be displayed on your screen. So definitely this is not a good design. So a better design would be that we need to use that broadcast message, which is like we will simply broadcast a message, and we are making this one using the when I receive the message one. And message actually you can simply rename your message by yourself. For example, I can simply put the speaking right here. And this one, when I receive that speaking, this guy will broadcast a speaking message, and then it will simply working on this block, which is say hello for 2 seconds. And when this side receives that speaking message, which is triggered by here, it will simply run this talking or speaking animations we just made. So click on that again. Let's simply see how it goes. Much better. Okay. So, and also you can simply say something other things, which is like, hello, this is Deadpool. And nice meeting you. And we just run it again. And we just run it again. So we just simply click on that, go, and you say, hello, this is Deadpool. Nice meeting you. Let's run again. So this is how we draw the costumes for a sprite and how we are using that next costume to switch between the costumes so that you can make some simple animations. So I hope you enjoy these videos, and I hope you can learn something from these videos. If you have any questions or you want to know something else about Scratch, please leave your comments below. Thank you very much, and this is Dr. Y. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.